Hey guys, this is And the T without it's Candace P. Because y'all know how she be trying to do me, right? Sorry, I keep an eye out because I can't be talking shit and then she walk out the door. Oh, welcome to the deck. Now y'all have been everywhere. Now I can't say that the deck will actually look like this in a week if we decide to bring it back out. The deck's getting redone. The house is getting painted. Things about to look good. See what this is. This is the bay. Hi, love.
Hi, babe.
What's going on? Hey, girl. Babe, we're about to record, but anyways, I didn't make anything for dinner, but I do have some
So
food.
what?
I didn't make anything for dinner.
That's okay. I just got off work. I'm about to go to work out.
Oh, okay. So, but I do have some food in here. No? Now you're speaking my language. Okay, would you rather have the crab cake or the salmon cake? Okay, bet. Because I still have one salmon cake left over. So if you want me to make you a wrap with the salmon cake. All right, well, I'll talk to you in a bit. Bye, babe. See how I finessed that?
I know. I love
See how I
it.
finessed that? I had to put him on hold. I was like, wait a minute, which one you want? Salmon cake?
I want the crab cake.
You want to say the crab cake? But I didn't want to assume, because some people might like salmon cakes over. I don't know who that is.
Who?
But,
Hi.
hey.
Hi. Okay, so we're in a different location.
We're at the deck.
We're out the deck. We're outside. You're outside with us.
Finally, they came outside.
Hey.
Okay, so even though y'all can't see the whole full picture, but you know what?
Oh,
We're
wait,
going to
I'm
show
a
y'all
little
what the deck
only.
look like. What?
I feel like I'm a little.
I was popping and I have no makeup on.
Girl, please. You always look cute lately, and I'd be like looking like a bum. So, and your braids is cute. So whatever.
Oh, they call me Miss Jackson if you're nasty.
So,
Well,
well,
so
let's
you know.
welcome. Hi.
Hi.
It's Candace P and the T. And
Welcome to Making Up with Friends.
why we never know the name of this podcast?
I don't know because I was like, I was thinking
I was
about
gonna say
it.
World of Friends, but this is not World of Friends.
I don't know where that is.
Grape's old preschool.
Do better. Do better.
Well,
So welcome to Making Up with Friends.
y'all,
And welcome to Outside.
thank you for coming outside with us. Because you know we want to go outside.
You know you want to go outside.
So, you know you want to be outside.
Okay,
So we're
wait.
here. What? What was that? I don't feel like it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we can. Whatever. Go ahead. So, you know, we have a couple topics that we
Yes.
want to talk about, but
First of all, let's talk about exes for a second before we
Okay.
get to that.
what are we
Okay.
saying about exes?
So, you know how, all right, so back in the day, right, I was such a nerd. Not saying that I'm not a nerd now because I'm totally a nerd. But was not, I guess, attractive to guys back then, right? When we were
Okay.
teenagers and stuff like that, I just wasn't their type. No, it really wasn't.
Okay.
And that's okay. And I look exactly the same as I did because I'm going to show y'all a picture. So, I still look like, as y'all can see, the same way that I do now.
Okay.
But anyways, I really think that it's funny how, like, okay, and I'm saying exes, but this could be just people that you wanted to date or whatever, and they just were not attracted to you.
Okay.
They were dissing you and acting like, oh, ew, I can get better than you. I'm better than you. Like, that type of person, right? So, and again, like, I'm not saying I'm not a nerd now, because I think I'm kind of nerdy. I'm an IT tech geek. But in high school...
But that wasn't cool back then.
It wasn't.
So...
And like, so I went to Mercy High School, right? And it was a small population of African-American females. Yes, all girls school. But it was a small population of us, right? My class, we graduated with 98 people. So imagine how small that population was, right? I didn't hang out with the black crew.
Okay.
It was one other black girl in my crew, and that was Colette.
She wasn't cool enough? Oh, well, she was cool.
Colette was cool. Colette was on a basketball team. I was the basketball manager. This is how nerdy I was, right?
Yeah.
I was the basketball manager. But Colette was like a star on the basketball team, and me and her were the best of friends, right? But we hung out with this, it was almost like this group that didn't really click with everybody, but we were cool. You know, we just didn't click with just one group. We could go from wherever.
Yeah,
and hang out with whoever.
In high school.
Right. So anyways, I didn't really have guys that were attracted to me. I didn't have breasts, still don't. Didn't have a big butt, still don't.
Yeah.
You know, and it just, then all they worried about is their hormones and physical attraction and stuff like that, you know?
And let me just put this in here. A lot of that, it may not even been the fact that they weren't attracted to you. It could have just been you weren't putting out.
Right. Exactly, and I wasn't, because I wasn't.
That's a thing.
I wasn't thinking about those kind of, like, I was so into my books.
Yeah.
You know, I was just so, like, into school and stuff like that. I wasn't, like, going to all these parties and whatever, and I didn't start partying until I was in college when I joined the sorority. But I was a DD, but I was partying hard. So anyway, so I'm saying all this because I'm, like, thinking back, like, and even this is including my exes, the exes that broke up.
Can I get that? Because that's just a little uncomfortable.
Seconds.
If I'm outside, I need to be comfortable.
Okay, sorry. We just upgraded our furniture from wood to, from nothing to wood to no cushion. So, but this includes exes, you know, the people that you dated, but they didn't realize what they had. You know what I mean? So, I'm saying this to say, y'all know about the milkshake. And if y'all don't know about the milkshake, Pound Milkshake. That's MILF.
You'll see it.
You know, so anyways, so I post milkshake pictures, you know, happy milkshake Monday, whatever. And I always find it so funny that the exes be the first ones to like my shit.
It's like they got an alert.
They be like triple hearting and whatever, and then I had one guy who I had like this crush on, but he was just like, nah, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
All up on my. I'm like, he was so much on it. He went and sent me a message, right? But this is what's fucked up. I'm fucked up for this shit though. The last message he sent me, which was like 7 or 8 years ago, I never even responded to, but it says that it was red.
You're on red. Believe that.
I read it, but I didn't even respond. And his message first said, damn, I just looked to see the last message between me and you didn't even respond. And that was such and such years ago.
Wow. You've been blocking them since
I was like,
8 years ago.
but he was like, damn, you looking real good, you know, and I'm just thinking like, you know what? I look the same exact way that I did back then.
Yeah.
You know, but you know what it is though? It's not necessarily my physical look, it's how I carry myself.
And your confidence.
I'm very confident myself. I'm very independent. I've made something out of myself. All of these things are so attractive and appealing to people. And it was like back then, they would have never thought, you know. And I look at them and I'm like, and you ain't for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I upgraded from you back then. So that's years ago I made these upgrades. Yeah. You know, because I had to make these changes for myself to better myself, to want more for myself. And y'all ain't it.
Yeah.
So I love it. Come on and
keep on
like heart. Comment, because the milkshake keep coming, baby.
And it's not going to stop.
I'm just saying.
But no, for me, it was like, because I had an older sister. Well, I still have an older sister. I'm not going to say had. She's alive. Like Ashley. All the guys wanted Ashley. So it was like, even the guys that I liked, and they were like, oh, well, what's up with your sister? And I'm like,
damn.
Really?
Like, damn.
And then, like, even the guys who I used to have crushes on, that's the first thing that they'll ask, which is fine. Like, she's beautiful, like, whatever, like, get your thing.
But sister.
But you don't have a chance with her. So, if you didn't. You had a chance with me because I liked you.
But now, you messed that up.
But if that's the first thing that somebody asked me, like, and it was a guy, especially if I was single, like, I see where you are. Get in line with Ashley lovers because that's just that. But, and then as I gotten older and things like that, and then it's like, people use social media to tell you that they like you, or like, oh, back then I had a crush on you, didn't know what to say, or whatever. And it's like like I had one guy, although I'm married, he was like, yo, back then I had a crush on you. And I was like, well, why you ain't say nothing back then? Now I'm like, I don't want you. I don't even look at you. But like, you should have said something back then but people don't say things for 1,000,005 different reasons. Let me get you into this frame because
the seat is not very comfortable.
That's why we gotta make the cushions. You want me to go get you a cushion?
This is horrible.
Get you a cushion.
One moment.
We'll be back. Okay, so back to the thirst traps, right? So we were talking about the people in the past who pop up. But like for me, like I think it's funny. So like it's to me, although it's like I don't have like my DM going crazy and stuff like that, but I think because most of my people that's my friends, they know like I'm in a relationship and I'm what you saying?
I got mine going crazy.
Yours going crazy. Okay, all right.
I think so.
Sometimes mine go crazy a little.
How many messages you gotta get for it to go crazy? Is it like 2, 3? Like,
I think off of one post. No, I think off of one post, if you get like 3 comments or more, then it's going crazy.
Right, then
like the DMs, not the comments, because you get your likes and stuff, but the messages. So
okay, go ahead.
Okay, so like when I post or whatever, it's not even the fact that I'm checking for these people, but you know who gonna comment, you know who gonna like, you know who gonna share, do the little hearts, type
right.
thing.
You already out. As soon as you post, you be like, watch, so.
And I'm granted, we're not saying that we post for them,
no,
but who. Everybody knows who's going to be that person,
and that's
who's going to
okay.
like your picture.
That's okay. We're not saying stop.
Don't stop.
We're just saying
because
appreciate.
This is me. When I post my thirst traps, I'll be like, "Oh, you like this picture?" Talking to Brandon, you like this picture of B Horse? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, all right, I'm gonna post it and just post it. He knows about my thirst traps. He likes my thirst traps. So, and some other people like him. Yeah.
Like, check.
So, but I don't always go through that process. But if I like a picture, I'm going to post it. Yeah. And if I feel sexy, if I feel whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah, I want to share it.
I'm going to share it to you so you can see me. Because after this, I did my face today. So I'm going to take a hot picture.
My face. My skin looks good, though.
Your skin looks amazing.
Oh, God. Can y'all believe how... What the... Wow.
That's why I need to get my blotted thing.
I use Neutrogena scrub, and it has like the little beads in it.
You don't want to see what's under here. Oh. It's not ready. It's under
construction. Under construction.
Under construction. You can put it right here. Okay. Under construction. Okay.
So as y'all can see, Janet Jackson is in the house. I just wanted to say that.
I don't know who this is.
She was supposed to become Janet Jackson, but
yesterday I was supposed to become Janet, but to be continued. Yeah,
that's okay.
Because life happens. But I wanted to say one thing because I feel like a lot of us, whoever's dealing like with your family, friends, or whatever, if you're having a tough time in your life, like, still do the things that you enjoy to do.
Absolutely.
Because, like, it seemed like everybody who I know, like, they're going through something. You know what I mean?
And you know what? And don't diminish what you're going through because...
No.
I had somebody say, you know what? Let me shut up because it's people that's going through worse than what I am. Mm-hmm. But no, because my thing is, you don't what I can handle doesn't mean that's something you can handle. And my example was I may be good at English, but you're horrible at it. Yeah. You're good at science. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. Just because you can handle something doesn't mean I can. So you can't diminish what you're going through because that's not fair to you.
I think that's what I do the same thing. Like I be like, like, oh, okay, well, yeah, somebody, like you said, somebody's all going through something worse or whatever. And like I'll rationalize it as like, oh, it's not a big deal. But a lot of times it's a big deal to you. So deal with that and process those things so you can give yourself that acknowledgement. Like you're human.
Yeah, we're all
and
human.
You deserve that acknowledgement. And if you don't acknowledge it yourself, most people on a surface basis are not going to do that.
Right.
They're gonna be like, oh, you all right?
You good?
You
no,
good?
And you have to stand up for that in yourself. You know what I mean? Like you can't expect other people to want more for you if you don't even want more for yourself. Stop excusing what you're going through.
Yeah, don't do that.
You know. But anyways, so what I wanted to talk about today is going to make some people uncomfortable.
Okay.
I want to talk about brushing our teeth.
Okay.
Okay. Ladies.
Okay.
Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say brush your teeth. So don't act like y'all don't know. And men, if you don't know, we're about to school y'all.
She's going to school you because
I'm about to school
I'm
y'all.
dumbfounded.
Okay. When y'all brush your teeth, okay, I've realized since I've gotten older, and matter of fact, it was within...
I know what you're talking about.
It was like within like weeks ago.
Okay.
So I'm saying since I got older, but I just noticed this weeks ago, and I'm like, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe there's something going on. Like, why am I overthinking me brushing my teeth? You know, so when I brush my teeth, right, just like 6 months ago, I don't know how y'all brush your teeth. When I brush my teeth, I also brush my tongue. Ladies.
Yeah. You got to get in there.
Get that tongue. So while I'm brushing my tongue, I did not have a gag reflex. Catch that, ladies. I did not have a gag reflex. Okay? I was brushing away. You know, whatever. Brushing. And I'm sitting there last week. I'm like, what is wrong with me? I can't even brush my tongue.
Because you about to throw up.
I'm about to throw
She about to throw up
everything. And I ain't even eat yet. Right? So I'm like, what is going on? So, but I'm thinking this to myself.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, I'm not telling nobody because I feel like I'm going crazy. Like, I made this shit up.
And then I call her.
Then she calls me. And we talking, and she like, yeah, because I feel like for some reason I be gagging. I was like, oh, it's not just me. When I was brushing and I'm telling her like I couldn't brush my tongue.
Brush my tongue. Well, I could brush my tongue, but it's only but so far.
Yeah, but like
I can go.
I used to be like, and I'm scared because I'm like, do I want to stick my tongue all the way out?
No, cause no,
I can't. I'll be like this. I'll be like,
that's how I feel.
and I'm like, I didn't get the whole tongue.
But you know what? Like, I think, like, now we're over 30. We're
Over 30.
35 and over. Make some noise.
Hey.
So, it's like, I don't know. I don't know when that change happened because I'm like, I used to get it.
I used to throw down when I was brushing my teeth. I'd be like, shit, y'all ain't seen my mechanical toothbrush.
You know? Switched over to electric.
Okay. Shoot.
Having some issues.
But
I mean, the mature ladies, let us know if that's a change that nobody mentioned. Because
because we trying to figure it out. Like, I'm just trying to say,
how y'all brush your teeth?
I just want to brush my tongue.
I just want to brush my tongue.
I don't know about y'all, but
I want to brush my tongue. I want to
I like to like sanitize. You know.
See, I'm trying to get. You're trying to stay kosher.
And you know.
But you know, like just let us know if that's a change. Like, and for the younger ladies, like that's something to know too, because nobody told me that.
No. And I was like, I'm like, now all these shows I done seen, they done showed me how to brush my teeth. Why can they do it? And they be old.
But see, that's not real though.
You right.
That's not real.
That's true.
But you know,
if y'all have any pointers, you send it in. We're gonna talk about it.
We're gonna talk about it
because this is crazy. Like I was today years old,
and
when I found out my gag reflex doesn't exist.
Doesn't work.
It's done.
But I have heard like you can cross your toes, and that helps. Huh? So yeah, I was listening to this one podcast, and they were talking about crossing your big toe, and like crossing it like that while you're
testing the waters,
utilizing
your
instruments.
That's right.
And
creativity.
You know, seeing if
But okay,
works.
so you got to cross your toes.
Yeah, but I used to do that and it worked, but now it doesn't work for me. So
I wonder if it's some kind of class you can take. I'm sure
it is. It is. I mean, there's people out there who.
But I feel like it has to be a mental connection too, because you know how they'll say like relax your throat.
I don't think so, because it's like.
Well, okay, think about it. When you go to the doctor's office and they have the little wooden stick.
Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm like, oh, doctor! Excuse me.
Doctor! Oh, excuse me. Well, I can't. Look, you have to be better with your life.
Oh, doctor! Scared me.
Well, as y'all can see, Brenda, she don't need no doctor.
I don't need no doctor.
I mean, because I'm like, but they try to, like, okay. So when I took Caleb to the doctor, they were trying to explain to him how to say right? And I think they tell you that because when you say it relaxes your throat.
And it pushes your tongue down.
Yeah, so and then they just take the stick and they do it or whatever.
I mean, do you think your tongue gets bigger?
I don't think so. No. I don't know.
I don't know, but do men notice it? Like, I mean,
that's a good question. No, they notice it, but you know what?
Do you notice it?
I think they notice it, but this is what happens. I think they be so caught up in the game, they feel like they're on a TV show.
Yeah.
And they be like, oh, that's what they do on the show.
But no, I'm not even outside of that. Like, when, as an older person, period, do you notice that change? I mean, because some men do that too. So
that's true.
You know. She's gone. It's the Candace P show. No, it wouldn't be a show without the tea. But I just feel like there's so much that people don't tell you as you get older. I mean, some people, I mean, maybe it's a little cliche to talk about. Maybe it's a little taboo, but I feel like we have to have open communication with each other, because how else will you know? Because so many people like will go through their life and be like, oh, I thought the same thing. I thought I was the only one, and I thought I was the only one. And I'm so glad that it happened to her too, because I'm not the only one. I'll be back. We're back.
Okay.
So
yeah, because we want to know if the if the men, if y'all feel like you notice a difference or anything, because
as you get older,
yeah, because things do change. You know, all of our bodies change.
Yes,
they say like men or our libidos, one goes one way and one goes the other way,
definitely,
depending on age. So we want to know.
Excuse me. Shut it.
She's been telling the neighborhood dogs to shut up.
Cause don't they know it's Candace P and the T?
Wow.
You want more?
Yes, thank you.
Tell me when.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. So if you notice the change, let us know, or don't. You know, whatever. But we notice it, and we know we going through it. Then you going through it.
Okay, so let's get real deep. Have y'all seen that show on Netflix called How to Make a Sex Room? Y'all gotta watch it. It's so good. Okay,
did you send that to me or no?
I did not. However, I do think that this can be a singles or couples show.
Okay.
But it's a lot of couples on there because they're trying to enhance their love lives.
Okay.
And they're trying to spice up their romance.
So you need a whole room?
No, but hold up, because think about it, right?
I don't know.
Your bedroom is so traditional. You know what I mean? It's like, Who's really in there? We're talking about spicing up your love life.
Spice up
We're
your
not
life.
saying go to sleep and then maybe I'm gonna touch you when I roll over. No, we're saying spice it up. So like some of the rooms was like sensual. Like one of them had like one of those tubs. And then it's just like a regular tub that's like not a built-in wall tub. You know what I mean? One of the ones that you can just sit in the middle of the room.
Okay.
And it just had like a tub in there, right? And it was like, but it was like this area, and it was like massage oils, and it was like different type of bubble baths, and you know, it was very like
but I think I don't like the
sensual
word
and, like,
sex room.
But the thing is, the point of it is that you're going there to make that sexual connection with your partner. You're going into the room because you want to get deeper into your sexual connection with your partner.
I guess I'm a prude. Anybody who knows me, I don't mind talking about stuff, but I don't know. Like I'm like,
okay, but see, the thing is, you don't have to call it a sex room.
Like get caught. Like
That's
that just
just
sounds
the title of the
No, but
show.
I'm just saying. I just think like
But,
okay, it should be like called like.
But you can call your room whatever you wanted to call. You know,
Into you, I see.
You can just call it
more.
like the intimacy room.
Yeah.
Or like our romantic place, or whatever you want to call it. But the point is, you're going there so that you can make that connection.
Is this
with
outside of your
spouse.
house?
It's in your house, but say you have children, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, when you have kids, you gotta hurry and rush and do whatever, right?
You gotta be
sometimes
creative.
You only get a child care provider, a parent that wants to be a grandparent for only 3 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have time to go to no hotel.
No.
But you're trying to do something that's not just, okay, we're gonna go back home, we're gonna go into our room, and we're gonna do this ordinary thing.
But see, okay, so since I have not seen this thing, I'm just like, okay, so that means that I'm going to have to explain a room in the house that my child can't go in, and
No.
like.
But a lot of these places, like okay, for example, this couple that was on there.
Can we make it a closet?
Well, no, this couple that was on there, right? Inside of their washing room,
Mm-hmm.
right? It was this, and I didn't even notice it until they pointed it out, but it was this door.
Mm-hmm.
And you open this door, and there's these steps. And you go down these steps, and it's a whole basement that nobody knows about. You know,
That's
so
creepy.
like, I mean.
And then when your child stumble across it when you're older.
You know what?
Like, and then they're like, Mom, Dad, what is this
Okay,
room?
so in the meantime, she's just going to be in her bedroom.
Yeah, I'll stay there.
But for all the other people, you know, because some people, they're like, you know, we've been together for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to experience something new, but I want to experience this with my 30-year partner.
I get that.
You know,
I get it.
and
I get it.
I don't want, like, but it's supposed to be something fun that's just outside of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Like, even if it was, like I said,
It's just you
even if it was
spicing
just
it
a
up.
massage table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's in there, and you just have dim lights.
Mm-hmm.
You have an area where y'all can eat. I don't know, whatever. It's just a space for you to do something different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not feel like you're restricted to the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And you're restricted to whatever you have in your bedroom. Like, no, we're taking ourselves out of that, but not feeling like I have to spend extra money.
But you have to spend extra money to build the room.
Not every time, though. So
I know, I'm just saying. I'm not disagreeing with the room. The room is fine.
But maybe you don't even have a whole room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you have a really big room. Like my boyfriend has a huge room. His room, I can put my room in his room 4 times.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe you have a huge room. And just over on this one side of your room, you have a relaxation area where y'all can reconnect.
I get it. I'm not saying that. I'm just being a little immature with it because
you're horrible.
I don't care. That's me. But, you know, but I just think like some people.
But some people just want to explore. They just want to do something different, and they want to do it with their partner.
I mean,
and
but
it's like,
I definitely get. I mean, being married. How long have I been married? 9 years now. Going into that year number 10. Like, I definitely get like getting out of the monotony of okay, because even like the routine of, you know, making love or whatever, like sometimes, or, you know, I'm not gonna front, like sometimes it's like I'm gonna go to bam 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 and I know it's gonna wrap up the day.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? But sometimes you can throw in something else or put something on.
Yeah,
or
you might spray a little extra perfume. Or you might buy something.
But you know what I wanted to try? It's these pheromones that I've been seeing on TikTok. And then I mean, I've heard of pheromones before and stuff like that. So, but I want to try it. But see, with Brandon, that type of stuff don't work on him because he's just like, I don't know, he's just weird. Like when I try new, scents and things like that I feel like will be like appealing to him, like he'll just be like, oh, that smells good, and go buy his that. And I'm like,
oh, thanks.
Okay, but you know, and then I don't want to wear the pheromones out because like, what if I get attacked? Because they will attack me.
Oh yeah, no.
But then people use that own.
Oh yeah, they do.
And do that. So you know, I've been thinking about that.
No, I don't know. I don't know about that whole situation, but I have heard.
Try it. Try it out.
I mean, you know, I'm willing to try. You know, try it before you buy it.
But you know, I'm glad that we are talking about stuff like this because you know I think it's a natural thing. It's a human thing. We all do it.
Yeah,
you know, especially at a certain point
and
in
we
age.
all get comfortable. We all get in a routine, right? And we all get. Sometimes you get into such a routine that you're afraid to even talk about just getting out of that routine.
Yeah, because a lot of times, for one, your partner has to be ready to have a conversation like that. Like, there's certain things like over the past, like I say, me and my husband been married 9, but been married together a total of 12 years. So it's things that I don't like anymore, and there's things that I would like him to do more. And we had those conversations because I'm like, before, and I open it for him to talk to me about what it is that he wants me to do or stop doing and things like that. Because it's like, if you look at failed relationships, or if you look at your own relationships as it has failed in certain aspects, and if a sexual connection or like a sexual need is the issue, then you can see where you kind of made that mistake before. So
and
I'm like,
we can all make improvements.
Yeah, and of course, like it's like certain stuff, like I feel like that, like we're on the same page with now. It's like a whole completely different experience.
But I also think it takes time.
Absolutely.
Because you can't expect your relationship to be from 6 months relationship to be what it is 12 months, because you've learned so many different things about each other's bodies, about emotional connection, you know, what about choking.
That's the first topic.
You know. Back to the first.
Can't drink, can't swallow.
So you learn different things about your spouse that you didn't know before, right? But then also with age, our body changes without us asking for it to change.
Yes.
You know, so we like different things. Like maybe a foot massage wasn't a turn on for me.
That's how I feel now. Like now I'm like more sensual, and I'm like different acts of service is more of a turn on for me. And I'm like, okay, like, oh, he got the trash. Or like, even how he was the other day when he came, like, do you need the trash out? This ain't even my house.
Brandon came up in here first day because we were getting ready for the homeless. Brandon come up and he like, hey, what's up? You know, I'm like, hey. He like, all right, so what you need me to do? I mean, you need me, what you need me to do? Homeboy was working.
He was on it.
Okay, he was working. I was like, that's what's up, B.
Yeah, and even in the household, like, I'm after years of complaining and saying, like, this is what I need you to step up here, I need you to do this more. And then now, you know, I don't know if it's now like where something clicked for him, where it's like, okay, I do want to be more willing to do this, or, you know, maybe he just feel like he has more time to do it now. I don't know, but I see the change and I appreciate it. So, you know, and
that can be attractive and appealing.
It's very attractive.
Like, you know, and like we said, different things that we're attracted to now, we may not have been attracted to then. You know, like maybe you didn't want flowers back then, but now you like, I really love the idea of having flowers every now and then. You know what I mean? Like, not once a year, but like you were just thinking of me, so you sent me flowers, or you brought me flowers home today, or whatever.
You know what I really find attractive? Like now, maybe it's because I didn't grow up with an active father, like, but like, and when I said this to Brandon, this is just a disclaimer before I tell you guys, when I said this to Brandon, I'm like, you know, it's not an attack on you, but like I was watching this video about this man. He said, he was saying, things to never let a woman do. So at first when I saw this video, I was like, hold up, like what is he about to say? What misogynistic thing is he about to say? And he's like, getting gas. Your woman should never have to go get gas. She should never have to like take out the trash and stuff, certain things like that. He was also saying not just like physical things around the house, but he was like also your woman should never have to what was it? Your woman should never have to ask you for affection and things like that. You should, you know, be telling her that you're beautiful and things like that. And I think like not only for men, but also it made me think about the things that I need to do to step up as a partner and as a wife. Like,
because
you know,
forget about those things.
like
you get comfortable.
Yeah, like although I think Brandon, I feel often like I thank him for like, okay, I thank you for, you know, taking care of us, for being there for us, and, you know, always being reliable. But I can say it more. And like and we have conversations that sometimes we have conversations where I'm like, well, what do you need me to do more of? What do you need to hear from me? Hear me saying more of? And just recently, our last therapy appointment, we talked about love language. And although, like, I felt like I was showing my appreciation to him, he felt like it could be bumped up more. Now, have I did it lately? It's here and there, but it hasn't been a conscious thing. And I know that I can do more of that. But, you know, so it's not just the sexual aspect of
No,
it.
it's not.
But it's the intimacy.
Exactly.
That's
And that's
what
the
it
thing.
is.
Like, people don't realize that intimacy and sex are not the same thing. You know, now, and we all have our love languages and stuff like that, but intimacy could literally just be me having a conversation with you on a deeper level, though. You know, not like a surface level, but a deeper level of a conversation, because we finally had a time to sit and be alone.
Yes.
And not have to think about everything around us.
Or
and
not
we can
even just
talk.
saying, like, I know, like, for me and Brandon, like, he used to go, oh, hey, how was your day, or whatever. And I'm like, oh, it was fine. But no, we dug a little deeper. No, let's sit down and talk now. So what happened today? And he's actively listening. And how did that make you feel? I walked away from that like,
Yay! Okay, I see
All right.
you a little bit.
okay, you
Yeah.
care, like not just asking me a surface question, going
Exactly.
deeper, and
Exactly.
that's for a man and for a woman.
women,
I think a lot of times for men, like my saying is, I hate to see a man sleep, and I did hate to see
They saying
kids, dogs, and children.
yeah,
I mean, and men sleeping. Y'all need to be up doing something.
Yes, sir.
But more importantly, men, I hate to see a man, and I don't know if that's something systematic or I don't know. But I just don't. It just really irks me. But I allow him to do that, and I've been more conscious about it, because I will wake Brandon up. I'm like, what you doing? Why you sleep? Making him having a whole guilt trip. But I'm like, that's the way he likes to recharge. I like to go to sleep when it's time for me to go to sleep.
Right.
He may have, maybe if there are things that he didn't talk to me about his day, and or how some men are like, especially for black men, maybe he got pulled over. Not saying that he did, but I'm just saying maybe he got pulled over and that was so stressful for him.
So he's trying to de-stress.
Yeah, and de-stress, or maybe it's something at work. Like for my husband, he works in a white dominated field, and like he's literally the only black man in his field in this company. So that could be stressful in itself, and I just had to stop doing that. It still gets under my skin. Like I'd be like, ooh, I want to wake him up so bad. But now I'm allowing him to do that, and I still have errors, but I feel like that brings us closer because I'm not allowing. He doesn't need my permission,
No.
but I'm not bringing it up to him as if he's doing something wrong.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. And again, I mean, we're still learning each other because we're still evolving, right? So we're trying to learn. We're learning each other anew, and it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with trying to figure out how your partner has evolved because you're trying to make these changes together, right? We're going to evolve separately, but we want to keep in tune with each other.
And honestly, that can save a relationship.
It can.
It has saved. It saved mine because we were two ships passing at one point, and like we were so deep into it of passing each other that we didn't even realize that's what we were doing. And until one of us, we just started going at each other's neck and was like, oh, you did this and you did that and blah blah blah. But then we had to come together and say, okay, now this has changed over the years. This is what I find acceptable now, and this is what I want now.
Right.
And also, you know, I think like just saying, when we got married, we were adults. However, you were still a boy.
Yeah.
Now you're the man.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I think about it like this. You know, we don't have the same expectations for ourselves that we did 10 years ago. So why, if we don't have those same expectations of ourselves, should we have those same expectations for you? You know, because we're supposed to be improving ourselves.
Yep.
Every single day.
And we're learning every single day.
Learning something new every single day. You know, we all have goals. We all continuously want to grow into a better person, you know, into a better field, into a better whatever it might be.
Right.
So why then should we be expecting the same thing? We shouldn't.
But some people can't translate that over into their personal life. Like you have goals for your job.
Yep.
You have goals for your fitness and
Yep.
your health. You have goals for the car that you drive and things like that. But at the same time, why can't you have those same goals and expectations for your spouse? Like, and then have a true conversation. I think the biggest thing that gets in the way of those conversations is ego. And that person not being able to hear what the true issue or what that person is communicating. Like, instead of getting defensive, like I had to learn that the hard way. Stop getting so defensive. I don't have to defend myself to anybody, especially my husband. But I just felt like when he would say something, I'm like, but this, but that. I have to stop saying but. And just listen sometimes. And that's the hardest thing for me. And all the things that I've learned about myself, that's still a big issue for me. Because I'm like, but this didn't happen this way. Or, but you did this. And then, but it doesn't matter. Because you're not listening to what that person is saying.
The overall meaning.
Yeah. And I could be right about my butt.
Right.
Ow, my leg hurt. I could be right about my butt. However, it's not the appropriate time. And that's one of the things that counseling has definitely shown me. I can bring that up at a different time. When someone is talking to you or expressing something to you, your butt or your reasoning does not allow that person to feel heard. And I feel like so many, especially in like the African American culture and community, we don't allow the men to be heard. And I mean, some people may disagree or whatever, but honestly, as a woman, you want to be heard. But men, a lot of times in the conversation, don't get their needs heard because we, as a partner, a lot of times, and I won't put a gender on it, we want to get our point across. And then just only, and you know, I want you to address what I have to say too. But like my therapist had told me, whoever the first one who started it or said it, they have the right.
And that's what I was thinking. I'm like, but they came to you.
Yeah.
You didn't go to them. So it wasn't an issue until they came to you. So let them just talk about what they want to talk about, and then you table yours and you talk about what you want to talk about.
So if it's like, if it's, hey babe, I want I want to hold hands more, or I want us to start, like one of the things I told Brandon, like when I go out to the stores, I see so many couples, and when we were younger, we would go to the stores together and stuff like that. And I'm like, I want you to come to the stores with me, and that's something small. And you're like, I ain't going to no store. You're like, why I need to go? But, but every once in a while, he'll be like, you want me to ride with you? And I'm like, yeah, come on, let's go. But, certain, it could be small things.
Though. Like,
exactly.
That's quality time.
That's quality time, and that's getting outside of the house.
Yeah, you get time
and that
with
can
your
lead
spouse
to
in
more.
the car.
Yeah.
Y'all could be joking. Y'all could be
go
like, oh,
get
remember
food
this
after
time,
that?
babe?
Yes.
And, just having a moment.
So, yes, and I think that's all a part of reconnecting and rebuilding intimacy. And even if you have a new relationship, those are some of the things that you would do in a new relationship anyway.
Yes, you would.
So re-date.
Yeah, date your mate.
Date your mate.
You have to date your mate. You really do. Because when you start dating your mate, you then realize the things that you've been missing.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't realize it because you're not looking for these things, right? But let's say when you go out on dates and stuff, you're looking for somebody that you're looking for things.
Right. And that's what I was just thinking in my head. Like, that could save your relationship, honestly, because a new, fresh person who's coming in with not these grand ideas, because these ideas aren't new,
right?
But because it's a new person, and you got to think, 5 years from now, you're going to be with a maybe the same person, but their mindset may be different. So redate that person and get to know what they like.
Yes, what do they like now?
Yeah, and that's yourself, and date yourself. I started to date myself too. Because I know certain things that I need to cater to myself with. I know there's certain things that I want to enjoy just with myself.
Yeah.
And you got to start off making yourself happy before you can be happy for anyone else.
And that's what I say. You have to learn how to be alone before you can learn how to be with somebody else. If you don't love yourself enough to be by yourself, because you have to sometimes, like, especially when you get out of a relationship, you have to relearn who you are now.
Yeah.
Because so many things that happen in your relationship that you just got out of, whether it's a divorce, a long-term relationship, whatever, all those things have changed you.
Yeah.
And you are no longer the person that you were when you met them 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 2 years ago, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
You're not that person anymore. So you have to relearn yourself.
Absolutely.
Figure out, okay, I know I settled for these things, but am I really okay with them?
Yeah.
Is that really the person that I want to be? I had to learn that. I learned that
too.
But I had to learn that twice. And that's the messed up part about it, because in dating, that's another thing. When you're dating people, that's when you start to truly see, like, nah, I don't really want that again. Like, I fell for that, and now I realize I fell for that in the relationship I just left.
Yeah.
And that's not the type of person I want to be with anymore. So if you want to date yourself, figure out who you are.
Yeah.
So that way, when I get to dating these other people, I know who I'm not going to be. And I know what I'm not going to settle for.
Absolutely. Or if you're within that relationship, you know what you do, you know what you want.
Yeah.
So it could be something as simple, like, a lot of times I feel like even when people are single, they're asking something of a person, but they don't really know what they want.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know what you like, but what do you need?
Yeah. What do you need?
What do you need? And that's one of the biggest things. Like, I had to have a conversation with somebody close to me. They were going through issues in their relationship, and I'm like, what do you need? They weren't able to necessarily answer the question fully because they also didn't know as well. But it's like, that's the number one problem, because you're miscommunicating with yourself. So of course you're miscommunicating with the next person.
Yeah, because you don't even know what you need.
Yeah. Figure that out.
So
and
how
it's okay
they supposed to know what you need?
Exactly.
You can't even tell
Take
them.
a step back and just think about those things. And, I was one of those people. I still am in certain instances, but I know that was causing different issues with different relationships because I didn't know what I needed.
Yeah, but with each relationship we gain more knowledge. You know what I mean? So maybe you didn't know the first relationship, but you learned some things. So the second relationship, you got a little bit of a list.
Yeah.
In the third relationship, you like, wait a minute, I'm building on top of that list. You know, you really start to realize the wants and the needs. You can live without the wants, but you can't live without those needs. I can't. Why are we getting attacked over here? Both of us keep spraying ourselves. This is crazy. I'm like, this is horrible. You know what? I don't know if y'all are have the same blood type as us.
But they love our blood.
They love our blood.
And I get bit up no matter what.
It's ridiculous.
But no, so that's just a little tidbit. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys saw another side of us.
The outside of us.
And
a little bit, though.
A little bit, yeah.
Because y'all don't even know about us.
No.
Outside.
No. But y'all came outside. Y'all came outside, boo. And maybe you'll come outside the next time.
Maybe next time, you know, we might be back outside.
You know you want to go outside.
You know you want to go outside.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Bye.